It's Zach Sang and the gang.
Cool.
It's Zach Sang and the gang. We're here with Fifth Harmony.
What's up,
Hey.
Camila, how's your sandwich?
Honestly, my sandwich is so amazing, and it's even better in this
She's
company.
rubbing it in right now. Here we are with our water bottles.
I know. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. By the way, I really don't mean to be rude. I'm just so
No, she means
hungry.
no.
I would just pass out mid-sentence. I'd be like, our album's coming up. And then
Sister-
you'd hear a thud on the floor.
Take it down, dude.
Thanks, guys.
Go ahead.
I love you.
I like how you
Come
said it was
on.
like low key, but you're high key eating that.
It
Like, you're
was
high
cheeky at first. At first, I was like, but now it's like, I'm really excited about.
Okay, we need to soak in life right now.
Yes, we do.
It's been a crazy few hours for all of you. 7/27 album name released. Congratulations.
It actually feels so good to finally release The Secret because it's been so hard to keep it from my fans.
Yeah. Like,
It's been so hard.
let's get into this process of creating this album, the creative behind it.
Yeah.
Like, let's dive right in here.
Okay.
One, how does it work?
Well,
What do we start? You guys with Camila? How does it work between all of you? What is that process like when you get into the studio? Are you going in at different times? Can you just walk me through all of it? Like, I want to have a real understanding of it.
Okay,
Wow.
well, this creative process, we started literally from the ground up, which
Yeah.
is typically what we did last time around too. But I think because we've evolved so much and grown as women and as artists, are you still watching here? Are you the same?
No, I'm watching. I got you.
She's like,
Evolved
still
as artists. I feel like you're hungry. Are you hungry?
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe just okay.
No, keep going. No, please. I'm really seriously.
No, I got you. Okay. And I think that it definitely shows in our album. And we've definitely gotten to say a lot more that we wanted to say this time around than last time, and we have more input, and we feel like people are listening to us more so this time around because we know exactly what we want to do, we know what the plan is, and we know what we want to talk about. And we've gotten the opportunity to work with so many amazing people like Julia,
Victoria Monet also.
honestly, we could go
she's
all
Max
on
Martin.
these
You know
names.
Victoria?
Victoria
our
works with,
girl.
I worked with Ariana really well.
Yeah. She's so sick. And
She's next level
and she
stuff.
listens to us as well.
As far as the process, it was crazy because, day by day,
Yeah.
we would be recording like 5 songs a day, and it would be
Wow.
and it would
crazy.
be 5 different people, and it was one huge building and that had different studios in it. And so the
you're
5
doing
of us would
5
kind of split
different
off
girls.
and go into different booths and sing 5 different songs. And so it would be funny because we would be like going into a ballad and going to that really
that
sentimental
turned
place, and there would be
song.
one that was like really turned up.
You leave and you're like,
it would be
you're
like
like,
10 minutes from one to the other.
That is a really interesting way that they get this done. That's really fascinating.
That was in the beginning.
That was one of them. Yeah.
We have way more time now to like.
It was
Well, yeah,
Marinate.
now that we're doing like the final touches and
Yes.
stuff, we got to really focus on the songs that
Of course.
needed work and put the pieces together. But at first, we really banged them out.
Hell yeah. So, okay, obviously, it could get, like, let's be frank here. It could get a little tricky when it comes to, to picking who does which solo, yes?
Definitely.
We leave that to the producers, so we don't have any egocentric involvement at all.
I mean, a very smart move because
Yeah.
many of you in the group could feel close to a certain, solo or whatever.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it sucks for you if you didn't.
Yeah, it sucks if you don't get it, but it's okay.
You're like, damn, Allie, I hate you.
Nobody has a very particular moment.
I love you.
You'll understand.
We can switch one day for
I
like.
love you.
Is there a
Money could sing it on,
you
in
can sing
your
it
room.
live.
Is there a solo that you guys that you felt really attached to that you ended up not getting?
Go, Monty, you speak.
There's been many times.
Honestly, that works. Listen, that works. That happens a lot. Honestly,
happens in-
because we're 5 women who love music,
I
so
get it.
obviously we want to
Passion.
sing every song. You know what I'm saying? That's what we love to do.
It's also just when you hear a song, there's always going to be a part that you're drawn to or a melody
Of
that
course.
that you're drawn to, and you're like, wow, like I love this. Do you know what I mean?
And for me in
So I think
particular-
that happens in every song.
Yes.
To answer your question, it was for our new single. For
Okay.
Work From Home, I just love her freaking second verse.
She loves her part.
I love
She
her
didn't get
part
it.
so much.
Oh, her lyrics.
I love that
It's actually
part.
really
It's my
cute,
favorite
yeah.
part.
All right, let's get into Work From Home.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Great
baby.
segue.
Yeah. Wow. Walk me through this single, Work From Home. I love your titles.
Thank you.
Because I feel like you get a real understanding for what I'm about to get into and I enjoy it. That makes sense.
That's
And
cool.
Titles are
fits.
important.
Yeah, it's really awesome. I mean, we
really liked the song. We remember when our A&R, Joey Arbagy, shout out to you, played it for us, and we thought it was super cool. I mean, all of us kind of gravitated towards the melodies and the beat. The beat is so sick. Like, it's just something that's, what we like is that it's really chill and it's not in your face. It's not super hype, you know what I mean? But it's just a cool song. So we hope people like it, y'all.
And also it has freaking Ty Dolla
Oh,
Sign.
yeah.
Like, I've been dying for him
no
to be
big
on one of
deal.
our tracks, honestly. And we finally
so
got him.
sick.
I asked for him,
Dope,
please,
man.
this is my
Night
birthday
was
gift.
so
please.
sweet.
Finally on.
So sweet.
And I think also throughout this song, like Ali says, like very chill vibe, not in your face. What I really appreciate. There's a fun fact. That's what I wanted to say this whole time.
me.
Fun fact: this song was originally called "Work," just work. And then Rihanna dropped her song "Work." We're like, oh shoot, we just
Yeah, we
gotta
gotta change
change the name. So we changed the name last minute. We just
From
went "Work from
Home."
Home."
But I kind of like the change more anyway. I like the fact that you connected with it. And you,
Exactly.
I like that. So I
I
agree
think
with
it's
you.
cool because it gets people thinking. It's like, what are you going to talk about? You know what I mean?
Well, I'm kind of interested right now because like I'm ready to be like, you know.
Well, you still gotta win.
Yeah, you got to
Can we talk about all that you've learned over the last few years?
Oh my gosh.
Because
There wouldn't be enough time.
dude,
really wouldn't.
holy shit, it's been a journey.
Yeah, no, it's been insane. Like, and again, I've said this in the last interview, but we started this stuff when some of us were 15, 16.
Yeah.
Well, it was 15, 16, and 19 were the ages when we started this stuff. So those are pretty formative years, you know? Like, those are years where you're literally creating yourself and still figuring out who you are and trying to get all that together.
You're a sponge soaking in
You're a
everything
sponge.
around you.
Exactly.
That's
So
honestly-
it's hard to do in front of the world, and we've had to do it in front of the world, and we've gotten some incredible experiences that I feel like have shaped us into like really genuinely women, you know, and at a much faster rate, I feel, than probably a lot of people our age, because of the situations we've been thrown into and having to legitimately be adults and make adult decisions.
At 16 years old.
At 16 and 17, you know,
Crazy.
it shapes you, and
Especially
and
having to do that in front of the public.
it completely shapes you, and I feel like we've grown so much, and I feel like this album is a huge reflection of that. Excuse me.
No, but I think it was a good help, and actually in the beginning to have four other girls besides to go through the same thing, because I couldn't imagine myself doing this by myself at 15. Like, it was so much work. There was literally like tears happening in the beginning, where we had to find ourselves and everything. In the beginning,
Now,
It's
a regular part of my life now.
go through it with some other girls that are going through the same thing exactly with you and are beside you.
And it's cool. Like,
Camila in the back. Hold on.
she's been holding her hand.
Yeah. But speaking of it, because you said sponge soaking, and that really
Yes.
caught my attention. I think my favorite part about this whole thing has been that at 15, 16, we were working with some of the best musicians in the entire world.
Come on.
And meeting them, and especially that's the part that I'm most grateful for.
Me
is that
too, man.
having music be your passion, and at such a young age, getting to work around the people that you admire and that you look up to, and getting to write with some of them, like that is really, really incredible. Especially, sorry, I got so excited I just moved my microphone. But especially this album, you know, we got to work with MXM, which is Max Martin's camp, and I remember, I remember walking into the house and seeing just like
something.
what?
Everything.
Well, that
Max
and also just seeing like Savin and Max and just so many Ilya and like so many of the writers that you see when. I mean, the writers that I always like type in like writing credits when I hear some of my favorite songs because I want to know, you know, who did them, who created them, and like walking into that house and seeing them just like right there is like it was like a starstruck moment for me.
Oh my gosh. In these past 3 years, I have learned more than I ever have my entire life about people, how people work, people's motives, people's intentions, about the industry,
Anthropology will be my major
everything.
when
I
I
have learned about like just my personal life. Like, there's just so much knowledge that I've gained. I know all these girls have gained. And it's pretty incredible to experience it in this way. Like, who can say that? You know what I mean?
Not
Who could
many.
wake up every morning and come to Zach Sang on the game?
like, tell me, at what moment in your life did you realize that like the life you used to know was never going to be again? Right, the moment you looked away from normalcy and you entered a new era.
You know, I don't know if there's ever a point where you step away from normalcy, because that's what keeps you grounded, and that's what keeps your brain like sane. Is to make sure that you know at the end of the day you're still a normal person.
Yeah, I still feel pretty normal.
Yeah, I'm 100% still normal too. But I feel like, I guess the moment when like that shift happened. For me, it happened at the very beginning, like the very, very, very beginning when we first went out to LA to start recording. I came out, I was 16 years old and I was by myself. Like my parents didn't come out with me. Like I'm sorry, I'm literally getting emotional thinking about it.
It's tough.
But yeah, we were going through so much and there was so much going on and there was like 4 girls that I didn't even know and it was so crazy and it changed me so much as a person. And it was like that time where I found myself and had to. There wasn't a choice. It was like either find yourself or lose yourself, and then know who you are and stick to that, you know. And it was such a lesson for me at such a young age. But I'm so glad it happened. Excuse me for getting emotional.
No, that's real. Understandable completely.
It was intense.
Yeah,
It was hard.
I can imagine, because I think I've gone through it in my own way through this whole thing too. But like
When you joined a girl group.
when I joined, but just seriously, when you're between the ages of like 13 and like 20, I mean.
It's intense.
Yes.
And being a woman going, it's like,
I mean, I
there's so
can't
many
even imagine.
hormones and emotions.
So many hormones and emotions.
Things involved in being a woman with other women.
I don't know
involved.
that. No.
Being a woman
But
with
yeah.
other women.
Yeah, being a woman with other women, it's hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In the beginning, it was like, but like everything was so great though. Thank
Yes.
God we got blessed with 4 other people. Oh, I got blessed, with 4 other people that are genuine people. You know what I'm saying? So it made it so much easier.
And have we
once we got on the same page with each other, which is totally acceptable because we had just met each other. you
No,
know?
it takes time.
You gotta get to know each
That
other.
chemistry just doesn't happen. It's acquired. You
Yeah.
know, you have to be together for a certain amount of time. You got to learn each other. You got to understand each other. And at this
Yeah.
point, do we have a good work-play
God.
balance here?
Yes.
Like, do we know when it's like, you know what? I've been with you for like the last maybe 95 hours. Get the f- away from me.
Yes.
Oh my
You know, I gotta figure it out.
No, we definitely know.
We're
Yeah.
like,
Win.
I think it's just social
we can gauge
cues.
each other's space really
vibe
well
it out.
now.
I think from all of this, I think it honestly explains 727, the reasoning of why our album is called 727. It was the day we were formed together, and that's the day where we all had to have womanhood from that
Yes.
point on. And it was growth from that point on. And now we're here after 3-4 years later.
And the fact that we did it with each other, like we've been through some of the worst times of our lives together and some of the best. So we get to see each other's ins and outs, and we get to see how we each handle things differently, but we're there for one another. Like I know when Lauren's feeling sad, or I know when she's down, or I can just always pinpoint, or I can see when Allie's super happy or she's glowing or something. So like we kind of we can always gauge it, and we know each other so well because we're with each other more than we're with our families at this point.
Hell yeah. 727. The day
Yeah.
you were formed.
Yeah, that's the day we were formed.
A day you'll never forget.
Never.
never in my life.
5 of us came out of that womb.
The womb of Simon Cowell?
Wait, let's not get specific about whose womb it was, shall we?
Wow. Not a good visual.
Let's just say like the universe. Fate's womb. Make it pretty.
Holding hands.
As much as Fate's womb, I'm
Fate's
picturing,
womb
like,
unfolded Fifth Harmony.
Yeah.
Let's make it a metaphor, shall we?
Okay, we look towards 2016. We obviously see 727, May 20th. Going to be huge.
my sandwich.
Sorry.
You finished your sandwich.
Just thought I should let everybody know. Sandwich is gone.
Camila is nourished.
That's a wrap.
2016.
Hey, I got it. That was good.
Thank you so much.
Well, that's a wrap.
But it wasn't. So.
May 20th,
May 20th. Let's go.
727. It's going to be a massive day.
So I live right across the street from where you guys are staying. Like you walk out the front door into the next building, that's my apartment, and those little kids hang out down there all